We've now entered the year of 2025, and if you're a Power Rangers fan, you know what that means. We've now entered the year where Power Rangers SPD takes place in. Power Rangers SPD is now 20 years old, and although we probably won't get a special like in the same vein as Once and Always or its Sentai counterpart Deca Ranger, we can talk about those forms that only appeared in Deca Ranger and never got a chance to get adapted into Power Rangers. But this video won't be exclusive to Deca Ranger only forms. I'll be talking about some Power Rangers stuff too, because you're probably stumbling across this video and you probably haven't even seen the forms that I'll be bringing up in this video. And if you had, thumbs up to you. So welcome to a very special edition of Never Before Seen Power Rangers, where we talk about SPD and Deca Ranger. I don't know what I'm going to call this video. Never Before Seen Power Rangers SPD edition. I don't know what I'll call it. You'll probably find out when it drops in your subscription feed. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So Deca Ranger is one of those beloved Super Sentai seasons by the fandom. I haven't seen it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. And it must be good, because Toei has given it several specials, several random weird specials, and we'll see characters from Deca Ranger show up in a crossover from time to time. And Deca Ranger, although I've never seen it, I have seen Power Rangers SPD, and I think Deca Ranger has some really good clean suits. I mean, Shadow Ranger or Deca Master has one of the sleekest designs within Sentai itself. I mean, even that weapon is really freaking hardcore. So Deca Ranger had some really great designs when it comes to mechs and even suits. And whenever Toei does one of these specials for Deca Ranger, there's usually a brand new form that comes along with it. Mostly to build up hype and of course sell toys, but either way, these designs most of the time come out looking really freaking sleek. In 2004, Deca Ranger got its summer movie called Tokusou Sentai Deca Ranger the Movie Full Blast Action. This movie saw the debut of Deca Gold, a character who I've covered in a separate video, but to sum that video up really shortly, she shows up and gets jobbed out within seconds of appearing. Now, during Power Morphicon in 2022, executive producer of Power Rangers SPD actually said he wanted to use footage from this movie, but by the time they got the footage from Toei, Disney had wrapped up filming on Power Rangers SPD.
I mean, because I only have one season, like I remember the footage very clearly, and I would say Gold Ranger. You know, we didn't get to use them because again, we were running simultaneously, so a lot of times we would only get episodes to write new episodes like the week before we would have to shoot them. We were already coming up to our finale, and they also, I think we did 38 episodes and they did 44 or something. So they were still adding stuff when we were trying to tie up all these loose ends. And we were pretty much, you know, locking our final scripts, and they're like, here's some more tapes. And they had this beautiful gold Ranger, and we're like, well, we can't fit this in. There was also the Nova Ranger, and I was just like, well, she's just showing up to grab Omega, to, you know, so we just literally one shot had her in there, but we couldn't get the gold in. At the time, because of the backup, Disney was like, well, you know what? We can't risk, you know, being behind next year waiting for their new footage. So maybe we'll just use everything we have and do a second season of SPD. And we were like, oh, this is going to start with Gold Ranger coming in. And then they pulled the plug on that. So
it's kind of a shame, because although if they got the costumes or the footage for this character, I feel like they could have turned this split-second form into a full-fledged character instead of the jobber that it was in the Super Sentai. Now, this movie did get a manga adaptation, and in the manga adaptation, there is a new form for Deca Red called Deca Red Blast Mode. It's really hard to find images of this brand new form apart from the one I'm showing on screen. I tried looking for scans or translations or something, but it was really hard to see what I could find, so whatever you see on screen is what I could find of this form that appeared in the manga adaptation. So it's a pretty sleek looking form, I do like it, but it's a shame we never got to see this adapted into the TV show or even a special or a movie. In 2015, Deca Ranger got a special called Deca Ranger 10 Years Later, a special celebrating 10 years of Deca Ranger, and in that special we saw our Red Ranger get a brand new power-up called Fire Squad. Look, it's nothing too crazy, it's just a swap mode power-up, color swapped, and the colors are reversed, so it's nothing too crazy or to get to nothing too excited about. I mean, I love the swap mode power-up, but this power-up is just a glorified color swap. Now, we would see this form in Power Rangers, but through some artwork posted online as a Christmas card as promotion for Soul of the Dragon being released in that year of 2018. Here we see the Fire Squad form on SPD Red, but we also see other two interesting additions to the SPD team. We see SPD Green, with an iconic dragon shield attached to him that Tommy Oliver wore. So if you don't know why the SPD Green Ranger is wearing the dragon shield, well, that's because it's JJ Oliver, the son of Tommy and Kat, who appeared in Soul of the Dragon wearing that exact form. The other form we see is Decker Master, a brand new form that Sky Tate took up after taking over Doggy Kruger's role. Now, there is some hidden lore between this Decker Master stuff and this brand new SPD form, because Jason Bishop, the former global franchise director for Power Rangers, actually pitched an idea for a sequel series for Power Rangers SPD, and there are some artwork renditions floating around online. I'll have them on screen right now, where we got to see things like Jack being a Ranger again, where he would be Ranger Prime. He's got sort of the same suit, but the colors are reversed. We would see a red Decker Master and a blue Decker Master. There was a lot planned with this that Jason had going on, and it's a shame we never got to see any of it. If you want a more detailed look into it, I'll leave a link in the description down below or a card somewhere for SJ's video talking about it. It's a few years old, but SJ goes into it into complete details, and I highly recommend checking out that video. Last year, Decker Ranger celebrated 20 years, and of course, we got a V-Cinema film that celebrated those 20 years of Decker Ranger with Tokusou Sentai Decker Ranger 20th Fireball Booster, and we saw the brand new form Premiere Decker Red, and this form looks amazing. I've gushed over this form online and in other videos and on other channels. Like, this form just looks so sleek, so great. I love it. I mean, you're probably looking at this form, falling in love with it right now, and if you're not, there's something wrong with you, I reckon. But that is all the forms that is exclusive to Decker Ranger and some of the more obscure Power Ranger SPD forms that we never got to see in the TV show. It's a shame that we probably won't see a Once and Always special for Power Rangers SPD due to the situation that Power Rangers is in right now. But when we got the trailer for Decker Ranger's 20th anniversary film, the actors who played Bridge and Jack did express interest in doing an SPD reunion, so that's really cool to see. But we do have the comics, so maybe Boom Studios will do something special to celebrate 20 years of Power Rangers SPD. I doubt it. Who knows? We'll have to wait and find out. We are getting VR Troopers appearing in the Power Ranger comics now, so anything is impossible at this point, but I won't hold with bated breath, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But either way, those are all the forms that we'll probably never see in Power Rangers SPD unless they get adapted in other forms of media. So, with that said, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, take care, and bye.